welcome back to the channel, Devoted Patriots. Me again, Shannon Fox here, and I have got some information for you now. We have got the RNC going on as we speak. Mike Johnson just spoke. Trump will be on at 4 or 4:30. I believe it's 4:30, and he will be announcing his VP pick then. But in the meantime, we have found out a few things from CNN this morning. They have dropped a little bit of information. They said they got from someone on Trump's campaign uh, that knows who the VP is, wouldn't disclose who it is, but disclose who it ain't. Now, I can't put too much accreditation into CNN, but as of now, CNN and the word is coming out across the wire that Doug Burgum, thank God, is out. He is not the nominee for the vice president, nor is Marco Rubio. So it does look like it'll be either Tim Scott or J.D. Vance. I'm hoping for J.D. Vance myself. I think he'd be great. I believe that'll be the one. But I just thought I'd bring that to y'all this morning. Let me do a little bit of reading here. I got several things I want to talk to y'all about, and I want to show y'all a little bit of a heart-wrenching video. A couple of them, actually. Not to discourage you or anything, but just to let you know how close we were to losing our nation. If they would have been successful in trying to take Trump out, we'd be on a whole nother level today. I think our country would be at war today with itself. That's what I do believe. I think there's too many people like myself that are really emotionally twisted right now behind what's happened. And the best thing is to calm down with the rhetoric. So I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to point the finger. But I have seen a lot of the mainstream media basically say, well, it's Trump's fault for creating the insurrection. He's the one that fomented violence on this country. And all this garbage from these left-wing media is already back at it. Didn't give Trump even a day to heal before they're back at Trump, derangement syndrome, orange man bad, and somehow it's all his fault. All the violent rhetoric didn't come from the mainstream media. Somehow it come from the Republican Party. That's the narrative out there that's pissing me off. I'm not going to show y'all much of that stuff because I'm not trying to incite violence or anger on my channel. But these people are wrong. These people like Jack Black, who endorses the fact that Trump should have been taken out. There's so many idiots out there that are now rearing their head up. Podcaster named Destiny, he's a left winger. I hope they take his channel down over the stuff that he's been saying over on Twitter and here on YouTube as well. I don't know how he's allowed to get away with the rhetoric. We can't get away with it. I don't agree with it, and I definitely don't think it should be allowed. I'm all for free speech, but when it comes to you promoting violence, including the man that was shot at the Trump rally and lost his life, that was crossing the line for me. Pissed me off. I'm trying not to get too emotional with you folks, but this is a fucked up situation. It really is. But we'll get into a couple things first before I get back into that. But let's talk about all the things that we know is going on. Trump was destined to be our president. I believe that. Only God saved Trump. It wasn't the wind, it wasn't the shooter's accuracy, it was God. I have no doubt. And on that note, let's get into some glorious things that I think really need to be discussed, shared, and talked about, because I'm sure a lot of people feel just like I do. All right, here we go. It says North Dakota Governor Burgum is out. Rubio is out. Per sources on CNN. Supposedly their anonymous source was somebody on part of Trump's campaign, so we will have to see. But I do got lots of news for you today. This here is actually the thing I wanted to show y'all first, so I can get past this in the video. This is where I don't know why I'm so stirred. I guess I do. Because we almost lost our country, not just our president, but our country this week. Now you see these photographs here. This is the trajectory of the two headshot photos here. This is the trajectory of the bullet actually went versus how the angle of the bullet was going to go. The difference was Trump just happened to cock his head just at the very second I mean, millisecond when the bullet grazes here. I watched this a dozen times in slow motion, uh, and then I found this clip, and it slows it down. It's got the audio. It just shows you how close we were to losing our country and our president. Now, this is really a little disturbing, but I do have to say that I believe God intervened and protected Trump. Can't explain it any other way. Now, Ronnie Jackson is the White House doctor. He said, I spoke to our president last night. He is doing well and as strong as ever. Thank God he is okay. If you was ever wondering, your questions have been answered last night. He's a warrior that must survive. Now, this video is very disturbing. So just bear with me. All right, here we go, folks.
You see something that said, take a look at what happened. You see something that said, take a look what happened. Said, take a look what happened.
Okay, right here, folks, right at this very second, he says, take a look what happened. And he tilts his head towards the big screen where he had immigrant stats on it. And just that little bit of a tilt of his head was the difference of that bullet catching here versus in the ear. Just like the guy that got taken out by a bullet, Trump was this close as well. Now watch, folks. I'm going to back this up just a hair. But right here, you see this arrow? That's the very second he turned his head and the bullet grazed by him. In the same second. Right there, he turns his head, gets shot. There's the shot right there. Just the difference of his head is turning that much. Apologize, folks. I haven't been on the internet a whole lot, or on my podcast a whole lot in the last couple of days, just because I'm so effing emotional about this. But I will get to some news. Just bear with me. Now, I think Vivek Ramaswamy had it right when he said this.
That has called a Republican president a tyrant, a dictator, said it would be the end of the United States of America as we know it, said he would make us a laughing stock on the global stage. And those are exact quotes, actually, of what they said about Abraham Lincoln. Saw the Lincoln hat, you might have wanted me to remember that. Those were words that the Democrat-led media said about the first ever Republican president before he was shot and assassinated in 1865. Wow. So think about that in the moment that we live in today. We came within, Lincoln actually spoke at this convention. It was at a Republican convention. It was at a state convention, Republican state convention, I think in 1858, when he said a house divided cannot stand. That was on the eve of a nation that was on the brink of civil war. That's right. I think we came within a hair's breadth of a second civil war in this country, and we avoided it. Yeah. And I think it's because God intervened. Yeah. And I believe that He has given us a chance to answer His call. Amen. And I think that's the moment we live in right now, is that the hard part is we are in a kind of war in this country. We are. But the enemy is not our fellow citizens.
No.
Actually. It is an ideology.
That's right.
And so this is the work we have cut out ahead of us, is how do we win this war while still viewing our neighbors as our fellow citizens and not as our enemy combatants? Are we up to that challenge? I believe we are.
Now, you know what's going to happen today? Trump's going to show up this RNC. He's going to declare his victory over another one of these great court cases that happened. Dismissed today. Judge Eileen Cannon dismissed the Florida case, document case. More good news. And because of Jack Smith's involvement in the D.C. case with Chutkin, that one's going to go too. Guaranteed. It's going to go too. So the hush money case is behind Trump. The E. Jean Carroll case is behind Trump. And the Mar-a-Lago, Florida case and the Washington, D.C. case falling off. Trump's going to be exonerated before this is all over. Mark my words. They're still going to try to probably put him in jail. But I don't believe it's going to work. I don't believe the Secret Service is going to allow for him to be locked up and them not be right there with him. Because you know what they do if they put you in jail, they'll try to Epstein, and that's just the facts. I don't think the country's going to allow that at this point. Hopefully not. Hopefully they're done with some of this hateful rhetoric towards Trump, because you know the pendulum swings both ways with violence. If you pump violence from the left or the right, you can only expect somebody from the left or the right to act stupid behind the anger and animosity that you kind of defeat into. I don't ever want to promote violence on my channel. Not who I am. I'm so fucking angry. So I won't even talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, but at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there like me that really need some resolution. Because we're in a bad place in our country right now. And I blame the media. Now here's another great little video clip, folks, for you. And then we'll go through some news. Some good news, some bad news, and some indifferent news. We'll just go down the headlines of the Gateway Pundit. There's a lot going on this week, folks. It is a lot. I can't even tell you how much. Now this here is just another great video clip from another patriotic American that had something to say about what happened the other night. And he's right, you know. And our response will be heard loud and clear in November.
I've been doing laundry all day, generally cleaning the house, vacuuming. It was about 4:45 p.m. when I turned on the news, and I saw what happened in Pennsylvania. Nothing kills democracy quicker than a bullet. This was their Hail Mary play, the sons of bitches. They blew it. These are evil people. It is their intention to destroy the dream of this republic.
There's no doubt about
I've been
that,
doing
folks.
laundry.
There's no doubt about that, folks. There's a lot of people on Twitter that are mad. A lot of people on Twitter that are thankful that Trump is alive. There's a lot of people on Twitter that are still fomenting the anger by talking shit about the shooter being a bad shot. Tom McDonald, of all people, great entertainer, somebody I listen to promote his videos every chance I get. The day after the shooting, which was yesterday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, Tom McDonald drops a new video called You Missed. If you haven't heard that video, go check it out. You may not be a fan of Tom McDonald, but the video's right. It says the left is lucky we don't riot. And that's the absolute truth. They are so lucky we don't riot. Now, let's get back into some news. Yeah, the RNC is going on today. Trump has got great news from his legal cases. He survived to live another day, and hopefully at this point he will hire some private security because, from my understanding, our Secret Service dropped the fucking ball and almost got our president killed. I hope President Trump listens to people like Dan Bongino, who said yesterday and the day before, we deserve better. He deserves better. All right. Uh-oh. Breaking news. Trump just announced J.D. Vance as his choice for VP. I knew it. I knew it. I love it. I love it. There we go. There's some good news, folks. Breaking news. Breaking news. I love it. I love it. He just announced it. All right. Let's get into it. Let's see what he says. That is breaking news. Just found out myself. Awesome. Awesome. Here we go with the Truth Social. It says, after lengthy deliberation and thoughts and consideration of tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person that best suited to assume the position of Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. J.D. honorably served our country in the Marines, graduated from Ohio State University in 2 years, summa cum laude, and is a Yale Law School graduate, where he was editor of the Yale Law Journal and president of the Yale Law Veterans Association. JD's book, Hillbilly Eulogy. I didn't know you wrote a book. Bear with me, folks. I've got to transfer it over so I can actually read the full script. It says J.D. Vance book, Hillbilly Elegy, became a major bestseller and a movie as it championed the hardworking men and women of the country. J.D. has had a very successful business career in technology, finance, and now during the campaign will be strongly focused on the people we fought so brilliantly for, the American workers and the farmers, the farmers of Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond. I love it. I love it. Truth bomb straight from Trump seconds ago. Awesome. All right, let's get back into the news feeds of the day. Well, that's good news. Yep, Jack Smith's case against Trump has been denied and dropped. Judge Eileen Cannon kicked that sucker to the curb under the fact that Jack Smith didn't actually have authority to go after Trump, and that's all it took. This guy was acting beyond his abilities and means as a prosecutor, and was appointed in such a way that it wasn't legally binding, and so these cases are squished. I believe the DC case, anything Jack Smith put his hands on, is squished or will be squished. I love it. I love it. That's a win. That's a good win for Trump. It says MSNBC yanks Trump hating Morning Joe off the air following the Trump assassination attempt. This Mika and Morning Joe and Joy Reid and half a dozen and a dozen other really Trump haters just got the Trump derangement syndrome so bad, and their news commentators, in theory, uh, just pumped this Trump's a racist. He's Hitler. He's everything evil about the country, and they have fomented this uh, way of thinking, this narrative, this hate rhetoric, this blame Trump for everything that's ever happened in this country that they can spin to somehow be affiliated with Trump. And I'm glad to see MSNBC is finally starting to put their people on hold. I'd like to see them all fired, not just because they lie for a living, but because they're promoting this violence by adding to the pain. Because they're on team Biden, and so they're on team wish he'd have been a better shot. And I just have no place for that in my life. I'm not even going to bring you videos of that stuff because it just enrages me, and I don't want to enrage my audience at all. We got that already. We feel that already today. Them trying to take out our president. Yep, it's J.D. Vance. I was hoping for Tucker Carlson, but J.D. Vance would be just fine with me. Now, Wayne Allen Root, I don't know if you've ever listened to him. He does a great podcast. He says, I told you Trump was the chosen one. What happened is biblical. After the past 48 hours, everyone understands. When you got blood running down your face and you pump your fist, but you're still in the game because you want to fight for this country, even if they try to kill you, that's the right man for the job. I've said this in my podcast several times in the past. You're in the military, you have to be willing to die for this country to serve in our armed forces. Why shouldn't our president have the same moral fortitude? Now we know Trump is willing to die for this country. That don't make you vote for him. You're an idiot. That's all I got for that one. That's just facts, folks. All right, we just scrolling down. Got lots of feeds today. Lots going on. All right, it says now the shooter. I'm not even gonna. His name was Thomas Matthew Crooks. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this on the mainstream media. Another 20-year-old idiot. And at this point, we don't know if it was just incompetence on the Secret Service's part, if it was the fact that Trump had a lot of Secret Service there that were fill-ins because some of his original Secret Service team was taken away and given to Jill Biden. And so Trump had temporary Secret Service people there helping him. That's probably why he had so many women protecting him. No offense to women, but protecting the guy that's 6 foot tall, I just didn't understand why they had 3 5 foot tall ladies out there as the pretty much the main force of his team. I mean, I seen the guys on the snipers, I seen the guys with the tactical gear on, and about 3 or 4 actual Secret Service agents with their bulletproof vests on inside their lapels, inside their jackets. And then I see 3 women that are almost in the way. Can't figure out where to put their gun, can't holster their gun, waving their gun around. These women look like they were panicking, look like they've never been in a real tactical situation. And I don't believe they were up to the job of protecting the president. Come to find out that the lady that is running the Secret Service is a DEI promoting DEI hire. Said she had to have 30% of all Secret Service members as women now, and due to that fact alone, it probably didn't help Trump's security detail any. Uh, not to say anything bad about a woman, but in reality, if I was wanting a personal security detail to protect my life, I don't want some diversity hire. I want the biggest, baddest, meanest, smartest, most tactically skilled uh, person to protect me. Not somebody that's black and gay and meets all the little fill in the blank gender equality choices. That's not what we need. That's not what we need to protect our presidents. Now, since this has happened, I've seen that Trump has said that we need to give RFK, presidential protection as well. And he said this before, and I believe the Biden administration is going to continue to not give RFK Secret Service protections as well. They're stingy with their protection. Go figure. And I remember not too many months ago, Benny Thompson from the J6 committee, you know, that horrible Democrat. Well, he put together a resolution to try to strip Trump of his presidential Secret Service uh, ability because he is now a felon. You see the left has maneuvered this conversation to be that Trump is so evil that by any means necessary he needs to go, and they couldn't do it through taking him off the ticket, putting him in jail, lawfare. They've tried everything they know how to stop Trump, and they tried the inevitable last possible Hail Mary for the Democrat Party was to just get rid of him. It's not working, folks. I hope Trump puts plexiglass in front of him from now on. I hope Trump stops making too many public appearances where something bad could happen. And I sure hope, first and foremost, he gets rid of those DEI hire temporary Joe Biden security, uh, Secret Service stand-in out of his perimeter. He needs to get people that he does not trust 1,000% away from him. And these temporary Secret Service stand-ins, uh-uh, hell no. I would be having Secret Service of my choice and private security to back them up, just because I don't trust our government at this point to even protect our president. Now, Jack Black, one of his band members, wished it should have been a better shot next time. And Jack Black is not just a Biden supporter; he is a Biden promoter. He out on the campaign trail with him. Uh, he's a Biden lover, and that's fine. You love Biden. You want dementia man? It's your business. You hate Trump? Don't vote for him. But to be talking about how Trump needs to be assassinated because your guy needs to win, why do you hate Trump so much? I don't understand. I don't understand uh, what the real threat is, other than the media stirring a bunch of lies to make him out to be a villain. And Trump has confirmed that a chunk of his right ear is gone in the assassination attempt. You can't really tell in most of the photographs because of the blood, but it does look like it blew off the top tip of his ear. And in this particular photograph, I believe most of y'all have seen it. Trump literally has got a bullet whizzing by his head. I mean, like something in the Matrix. Scary clothes, folks. Scary clothes. A couple more things, folks, I'm going to get into here. Since the blame game began, Secret Service points the finger at local police over security lapses at Trump's Pennsylvania rally. Why doesn't Trump have enough Secret Service that local police are only there for the bare minimal necessities? I think Trump's Secret Service should have been on every building within gunshot range of Trump. Common sense says that, and I have no military training whatsoever. I just go figure. I think you could have put me on that security detail, and I would have figured that one out before I ever when I took a look at the entire surroundings. I'd have said tall buildings, put a guy on that building, that building. You'd have to put somebody on every one of these uh, high points, because most of the time when there's an assassination attempt on anybody, it's from higher ground, and that alone just tells me that somebody was slipping, not doing their fucking job. Sorry about my language, but yeah, I'm a little disgusted by this whole situation. I don't know that anybody coordinated to prevent Trump from having real security. I don't know that anybody coordinated to help this kid, uh, this 20-year-old, try to take our president out. It's too early to tell who to blame for all of this, but there needs to be real investigation. I'm not talking about congressional investigations where they subpoena somebody to plead the fifth on something that we never get the answers for. I would like to see people fired. I would like to see people relocated to other parts. Let these people that failed Trump, the ones that weren't secure in the perimeter, the ones that were cowering behind the Secret Service, the lady that was cowering behind the huddled over when Trump was being dogpiled by the Secret Service. There's still a Secret Service lady. I'm assuming a Secret Service lady, big fat woman, standing there squatting, looking around. She looked like she was more worried about her life than she was protecting the president. Just my opinion. But in the face of fear, if you shake and you quiver and you cower, you shouldn't be a cop. You shouldn't get the, You shouldn't be in possession of a gun as part of your job duties. The Secret Service, any job. That's the way I feel. If you can't handle yourself, maybe you need to find another career. Now, let's see here. There's a couple more things I want to tell you about. They said within 3 seconds of the first shot fired, the shooter was down, meaning they returned fire. And that's why we heard 7, 8, 9 bullets, is because the first, I believe, 5 come from the shooter. The other 3 come from the Secret Service. And there's all kinds of reports about how someone tried to go up on the building and the shooter turned the gun on them at this point. Till we get confirmation on that stuff, I'm not going to get into that. This is an iconic picture of Trump raising his fist, American flag in the background, blood running across his face, and he's screaming, "Fight!" That will be remembered in history, I believe, more than Trump's mugshot. If they thought making a martyr out of Trump by killing him was going to squash the MAGA movement, they fucked up. They empowered everybody that wasn't going to vote to want to go vote for the man that obviously is willing to stand in the gap and take a bullet for this country. Just saying, folks. Now, there's one more video clip I want to bring you out today. As far as any of these lefties, talk show hosts, podcasters, movie actors, from this point forward, these people get out there and say stuff like should have been a better shot. They need to be dealt with for that. I believe in free speech, but when you promote violence, when you thrive on the violence, you need to be at the minimum exposed for it. Matter of fact, I seen a video this morning on Twitter of a lady that was on Facebook saying Trump should have, the shooter should have been a better shot. And so somebody found her on Facebook, went to her job at Home Depot, a veteran, had a cell phone, camera on, and starts asking her questions. Are you this lady? Yeah, that's me. Well, why did you put that post on Facebook? Well, she didn't have much of a good answer for him, but you know what? That video went viral on Facebook today, and guess who is getting the notification? Guess who is getting the post and the repost about this article? Home Depot headquarters, Home Depot careers, the CEO of Home Depot. So this girl's going to lose her job, and I think that's what needs to happen. If you think that presidential candidates need to be shot, you got mental problems. I don't care who you are. And when these people are obviously crazy, they need to be called out for it. We need to recognize these people in our society. These are the people that are lurking in the shadows, that are the possible next bad actor. So we got to keep our eyes open and keep vigilant as to what's going on. And I just got to say, I hope everybody that prayed for Trump knows in their heart that your prayers helped. Trump has probably had more people pray for him than anybody on the planet. That's what I have to believe. Just because of the fact that there's a lot of evangelicals that love Trump. A lot of them don't say it too loud and too proud, but they love Trump. They love his policies. They love that he cares about our country. And they love that he's willing to stand up and fight tyranny. You know, the evangelicals, whether they're political or not, they're fighting the same fight we are. They're fighting this spiritual warfare going on. And it goes on every level, especially politics. Now, I did tell you Tom McDonald come out with a song. I'm not going to play you the whole song. I don't need the copyright issues, but it says, during the rally, shots were fired in an attempt on Donald Trump's life. This is what Tom McDonald says, and you missed. It's number 2 on the charts. I'll go ahead and play you a little bit of it. Everybody's okay with that? Here we go. The events that took place yesterday are a horrifying example of political extremism. During the rally, shots were fired in an attempt on Donald Trump's life. They missed.
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that...
Now he sees what's going on and how divided we are, how the left is evil. Not everybody on the left is evil, folks. But he does bring up a great couple of points in the song. I do have to stop it a couple of times to make it a reaction video so I don't get copyright issues, but he's speaking the absolute truth. You missed. Now, hopefully, Trump will have real protection 100% from this point forward, and hopefully he'll be smart enough not to be getting out in the public. There's always a lone crazy out there listening to mainstream media hating on Trump today behind something that Mika and Joe probably told him that was a lie. But let's get back into this, folks. This is a banger, and I'm glad he dropped it so quick. The great Tom McDonald. Good job.
Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant. Thought we were equals. I thought you valued how everyone feels. Then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God
That is a true statement if I ever heard one. Why are you celebrating this like celebrating someone's death like this is an attempted death and someone's death like you're Antifa?
freedom and afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed. Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me. Why would we put all our trust in the enemy? Millions of people are hooked on amphetamines. They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them, he don't have the energy. Y'all wanna kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give y'all a chance, like maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, cause y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along.
He's right, you know. The left screams 100% of the time that the MAGA party is the violent extremists, comparing us to Hitler, calling us deplorable, hanging every sentence on the J6 insurrection. They have fomented this narrative that we're the enemy of the people. No, the people that I know that are conservatives, love this country, wave their American flag, they can't stand Joe Biden, they're not violent people. They love this country. They stand up. They're standing up for what they believe in a nonviolent way. These lefties are these school shooters, these trans shooters, these attempted assassins. These are left-leaning lunatics, and there's no doubt about it. The left has promoted the violence. The mainstream media has promoted the violence, and still today, probably because the Black Lives Matter riots were never handled properly, still today, the media pushes the violence. I'm glad he brought this out. I'm glad he exposed this shit. I'm glad he's saying what needs to be said.
Wanna protest, go hard. Wanna burn sites, go off. But y'all are so triggered that you're pulling triggers at presidents. Y'all the terrorists when you're armed. Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom and afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed.
Wow. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below about this video. I just think it's absolute fire. I'm glad he put it out. Maybe more people will wake up and realize they need to start watching the news a little more, start getting on their internet a little more and realizing this world is falling apart around us by so many people are not paying attention. I think songs like this and things like presidential assassination attempts are waking people up. I think more people now will vote for Trump than have ever considered before. I think people will register to vote because they want their country back. And they want Trump to be the one that brings us into this great American movement called the MAGA movement. And I think we're going to get there, folks. God willing, with a whole lot of safety, a whole lot of prayers, and a whole lot of persistence and drive on our part to stay vigilant. Get out there and vote, register to vote, and please help people get registered to vote. If you do nothing else, we got to win. That's all I got for you, folks. Everybody have a great day. Like, subscribe, and share. Over and out.